Hello, Spirit Family. Thank you so much for joining me at Aquarian Node. I am getting ready to do the love reading for Capricorn. This is for you. And if your sun, moon, and your sun, moon, and Venus are in Capricorn, then this reading is going to be for you. I usually don't do rising. I know a lot of readers do, but I don't. So it just is what it is. Anyway, thank you so much for your continued love and support. I greatly appreciate it. It's been very interesting restarting my channel, and yeah, for those who stayed and for those who are new, I appreciate you. Love you. Remember, if this message don't vibe, let it ride. Please do not force this to fit into your life if it does not fit into your life. Oh, and remember, the cards are what the cards are. These are spirit guided messages. So if it doesn't say what you like, I do apologize, but I am not a frou-frou psychic, nor am I just a basic tarot reader. This is all spirit guided. For real, for real. Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like you need one more. Capricorn, I can't remember if we did a reading for you last month. I wasn't doing nobody readings last year. Oh yes I was. I worked on the phone as a psychic, and that was interesting. Now I do readings in person. Wow, this has come out like 3 times today. Interesting. Upright, in reverse, come out so many times today. All right, Capricorn, let's see what you got here. First card out you have is the Tower. So this is something that you weren't expecting to happen that is going to be very upending if you're not prepared for it. You do have the Six of Swords in reverse, so I feel as though something that you were anticipating happening is you're not going to be successful in achieving that, with the Six of Swords being in reverse. So whatever this change is, it's going to be unexpected and it's going to cause a setback, which is also indicative by this Five of Pentacles. There is a shift here, financially and mentally. It could be a divorce. You do have the Hierophant here, even though it is upright. The context of the situation is giving very much divorce with the Tower. You could also be dealing with a Taurus. The Hierophant does represent a Taurus here. Then you have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So I do feel as though the worry has progressed. You're wanting to come out of this energy. I feel as though you're not communicating very well what's on your mind, and so that could be causing a lot more tension than is typically necessary. But that might be because you're no longer interested in working on this relationship, which is ironic because Capricorns love to work. But you're no longer invested in this with this Eight of Pentacles in reverse. It's giving very much just whatever happens, happens. You're not really trying to keep things afloat here. And I wouldn't blame you, because I do feel like this is coming from the other side. Remember, if you're a cross watcher, it could be vice versa with the energies. But Cancer, Lord, maybe you're dealing with a Cancer, like Capricorn. Oh, I know why I said that. It's because my sun sign is Cancer, and I have 3 Capricorn placements in my chart, and they're like back to back to back. I think it's like not Uranus. I can't remember. I had to look. But yeah, I've got 3 Capricorn placements. So I do feel like I vibe with y'all heavily. Even though you're not in my sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Oh, I'm actually a Cancer sun and a Cancer Venus. What a Pisces moon. And Capricorn, almost everything else. All right, so you do have the Ace of Pentacles here, so there is going to be an opportunity to start something else. You may be kind of wanting to, I feel as though you've been overworking here, and that might be the source of a lot of conflict. You've been working too hard trying to obtain, to advance here, but that doesn't work out for you. and then you're being forced to make a decision on how you want to proceed with this Two of Pentacles, but it's in reverse, so it's very much you're being forced to make this decision. It's not willingly. You have the Page of Pentacles, and I'm trying to focus on one storyline, and what I got when I looked at this is severance. So some of you might be receiving a severance pay. I don't know, this is not love oriented at all. This is giving very much, maybe you were in love with a coworker, because this is giving very much, yeah. But it could be a divorce too, and so there's like a separation of assets, and you're being made an offer to settle. Okay, yeah, but this other person doesn't want to share the finances. You got the Four of Pentacles in reverse, but what I'm getting to is that they're not gonna have a choice. Yeah, they're not gonna have a choice. They're gonna have to give up the funds here. And then you have the Queen of Wands energy, which is very much a very passionate, very creative, very seductive individual, someone with very strong feminine energy. I feel like you're being asked to embody this energy to succeed in the hardships that are coming. I mean, it's pretty clear that this is very stressful, and the environment that you're in has been pretty intimidating. But yeah, Five of Pentacles with the Hierophant is very much a shift in you know, the home, the stability, the structure, financially and, you know, spiritually as well. So not exactly the positive readings I try to go for, but like I said, the cards are what the cards are. I really don't have any control over that. But let's see what your advice is here. Say it louder for the people in the back. Oh, and I just got that energy when they flew out like that. Okay. I do feel like there's an oppressive energy too. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Someone is just being very not very sympathetic or understanding here. Okay. All right, so here's your advice. You have the Six of Wands in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, the Lovers in reverse, and the Temperance card upright with the Eight of Cups upright. The fact that these are all in reverse is very interesting, because the Six of Wands in reverse, it gives also that Six of Swords energy. Now, where the Six of Swords is more so being able to resolve conflict after, you know, clearing the air and speaking, this one is like but in reverse it's the opposite. But this card, the Six of Wands being in reverse, is very much so having tried your best to stand firm, to stay strong, and that not going the way you want. Something's not going the way that you want, which is also indicative of this Nine of Wands energy. Then you have the Emperor in reverse. So I feel as though the patriarchy is the one, or whomever has the most masculine energy, they're the ones that are initiating this kind of downfall. Not so much intentionally, but their behavior has been so accepted for a long time that now if you're trying to push back, it comes off as very aggressive. And yeah, it's going to be a shock to their system when you stand up for yourself. But the Emperor energy is very much in reverse, is very much so the destruction of this person's patriarchal stance. Like, they don't own you energy. Then you have the Lovers in reverse. This is the dissolution of this relationship. Very clear. And it's under the Hierophant. Yeah, very clear. You guys you're splitting up. This is no longer working for either of you. And there's this call to move on. And it's going to take some time, because you do have Temperance. It's going to be a minute before things kind of settle. So if you're afraid of how this is going to affect you long term, you're being asked to calm yourself, calm your fears, and just be patient with the process, because you're meant to learn something to align you better with your higher purpose. And sometimes those lessons can't come with the time, because you're not going to, it's like, if you know when the quiz is, you're not going to study it as hard. You know what I mean? You're going to wait till the last minute and then try to get all that knowledge all at once. However, if it's just going to be a pop quiz and you don't know when it's going to happen, you're more inclined to study more frequently, more consistently, because you're in preparation. And that's the kind of energy I get sometimes with the Temperance card. Like, you've got to be consistent with your learning, and it's not going to happen overnight, right? Then you have the Eight of Cups, which is very much so walking away from this energy, this sad state of being. So it's for your benefit, even though it feels a little harsh and overwhelmingly negative. It's for your greater good, because this hasn't been satisfying you on the spiritual level. And if you're worried about your finances, things will clear up. You may not get as much as you want, but you will, that person will be forced to share with you. They're not going to have a choice. They're not going to have a choice in the matter, because you deserve it. I mean, you've been investing in this relationship for however long, and you guys have children together. You have created this establishment, this traditional establishment together. Of course you deserve it. Like, it's your right at this point. You could also be dealing with an Aries, Gemini, or Sagittarius. I'm just going to call out the major ones from now on instead of that. But I do feel as though I just got to, for this Queen of Wands energy, what you're being called to do is restore your power for yourself. The Queen of Wands energy, though she has leadership characteristics, she's also very aware of what she needs for herself. This is the self-care queen, okay? And I feel like that's the energy you're being called to embody. Even if you're a male, it's just, I think the softer aspect of it is not being so loud with your intentions to care for you, right? You can be silent, and I think that's going to benefit you in the long term when it comes to this dissolution of this relationship. That's gonna be how you end up getting more than what they're trying to give you. So now what I'm asking is, when is this upheaval going to begin, so that you can prepare appropriately? Okay, so it says Monday, and it's the number 2. Yesterday, I know, was Monday, and today's the 2nd of September. So, you know, I don't know what day it's going to be when y'all see this, but that's what we have. But it says swap ideas, seek advice. So very much so, put your thinking caps on, get on your computer, do some research onto who can assist you with this endeavor. You will need legal representation, so I do feel like that's being the call to action right now, to find a lawyer, get you some representation, because they're hiding something from you that they don't want to share, and you deserve it. Like that's for you, and don't let anyone tell you any different. All right, so that's what I have for you, Capricorn. Again, if this message don't vibe, let it ride. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe too if you liked my flow. I do provide personal readings. You can find out more about that in the bio and in the description of this video. And yeah, thank you so much, and I look forward to doing your reading for you again soon, Capricorn. Bye-bye.